Hey, so I see you're working another shift this morning. Perfect. Well, I need some help sorting through some new manuals we had traded in. So this is actually something newer we started in the store. I think I told you about it before. Basically, a lot of people are coming in wanting to find manuals to complete some games they have. So since we do get them traded in pretty frequently, we thought we would sell them on the floor. So I just have a little stack here. We're going to go through, check the condition, and then I'm going to look in our system and see if we currently have the game available, just in case we want to insert any of these into a game we have to make it complete. Now, do you have any questions before we get started? Alright, perfect. And of course, if you have any as we go along, just let me know. So these are from a variety of games and consoles. We're just going to start off with the first one here, which is for Skyrim, Xbox 360. I do believe we have a few copies in store right now, but let me just double check. So, Skyrim, Xbox 360. Okay, so yeah, it does look like we have a few and one of them is incomplete. So we could decide to put this in the game if we want to, or just sell it separately, depending on if somebody comes in and is looking for it. So let's take a look at the manual. So again, the first thing we're checking for is any damage, any rips, any missing staples here. There should at least be 2 to 3 on the side to hold it together. Any inserts, for example, there is something there which we'll take a look at in a moment. This looks pretty good. It's a pretty common state that we get manuals in. You can tell they've been looked at, but honestly, nothing looks bad. So just want to make sure there's no food inside, again, or anything random. Sometimes we'll find notes from gamers or just any other random stuff, so we just have to make sure it's in perfect condition. And this one definitely is. And then it looks like it came with the map as well. So same thing, we would sell these together, and we just have to make sure it's in good condition. You can definitely tell it is. It doesn't look like it's ever been hung up or used. So I'm just going to double check. Yeah. You can see it looks really nice, glossy, and clean. Okay, so this one is good. So I'm just going to set it right here. Okay, next is another Xbox 360 game, and this one also has inserts. So this is for Grand Theft Auto 5. And this also looks to be in very, very nice condition. This is a shorter manual, but we can see it doesn't even look like it's really been used too much at all. So that's great. And then 2 inserts. So let's see. This looks like a subway map, Liberty City Transit Authority. Again, nice and glossy. I don't see any tears. Okay, the back just has some game information. Alright, so that looks fine. And you know what I was just thinking? Liberty City was for GTA 4, not GTA 5. So here is the map of Los Santos, which was GTA 5. So it looks like whoever traded this in just accidentally put in both maps. So that's okay, we can keep both of them. We'll just separate them so there's no confusion. So I'm going to put this one, GTA 5, and then this one for 4. Okay, we'll keep these over here. And let's just see if we have those in the store right now. So Grand Theft Auto 4, Grand Theft Auto 5. Okay, so we have both. However, they're already complete, so we can just put those on the manual shelf. Alright, next up we have GameCube game, Pikmin. This looks very nice. We see the staples on the side. And the binding is great. It doesn't even look like this one has been used much at all. So can we just check some of the pages, make sure nothing is in here, and then also make sure no pages are missing. So usually if we have a loose binding, there could be a page missing, but this one is wonderful. So let's double check Pikmin for GameCube. Okay. So we do have it. It looks like it's also complete. So this one can just go on the manual shelf. Alright, what next? Wii game Metroid Prime Trilogy. I think we just sold our copy of this, so I don't even know if we have one in store at the moment, but we can double check. So this one actually does seem to be in nice condition. The only thing I'm noticing is that some pages are a little bit bent in the corner here. That is not a big deal at all. I don't think many people would be bothered by that, but it is just something to make note of. So we will sell this one, and let me double check, but like I said, I think we don't have this game in stock right now. Yes, okay, that's correct. So again, we will just put this on the shelf. If someone's looking for the actual game, we will not have it at the moment. Okay. Ooh, one of my favorite games, Crash Bandicoot for PlayStation 1. And for a PS1 game, this manual is beautiful, actually. I don't see anything too alarming. The only thing is there's a little tear on the bottom here, likely from case that it was stored in. But again, that's nothing too bad. Let's take a look inside. This one's all in black and white. Nice binding. And all of the pages seem to be inside. Now I know we do have a few copies of this game, so let's double check. Okay, so we do have 3 copies, one of which is not complete. So I may just pop this in there just to make it complete, as I know it will sell faster, so we can do that. Alright, 3 more. Metroid Prime for GameCube. This looks like it has an insert as well, so we can take a look. See the actual manual. Looks great. I don't see any damage. Good. No pages are missing. Let's see what this is. Confidential subject, Metroid. Top secret. So this looks like it's an ad for Metroid Fusion for Game Boy Advance. Play the original NES Metroid on your Nintendo GameCube. So we will just keep this inside of the manual since they go together. And I believe we have this game. Let's double check. Okay. 1 copy and it's complete. So this can go on the extra shelf as well. Okay. And then 2 more GameCube games. So Super Smash Brothers Melee. Let's see. This looks like this one's been a little bit more used, but still good condition. Here's the front. Here's the back. And then inside, this is a long manual actually. It's like 50 pages. Looks like it goes through all of the characters you can play as. And it's nice and clean. I believe we only have 1 copy of this in store right now. It usually sells pretty fast. But let me just double check. I'm sure somebody will come in looking for this manual, so we can sell it separately for sure. Yeah, 1 copy and it's complete. So we will put this on the extra shelf. And then the last manual we have is another popular one. So this is The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess for GameCube. We do not have this game in stock right now. Usually when we get it in, it sells pretty quickly. Hopefully we'll be getting another copy soon. So for now, again, we'll just sell this separately. But this looks very nice. See, the binding is good. No pages are missing. I thought there may have been some damage on the back, but it looks like it may have just been bent at one point. Let's just see. This It's actually one of my favorite Zelda games of all time. So yeah, that looks good. All the pages are here. Perfect. So let me just double check, make sure we don't have any. Okay. Yep, so we definitely don't right now. So we'll also put that on the extra shelf. Alright, so what I will have you do is just put these each in plastic sleeves. Actually, let me grab one for you so I can show you an example. Alright, so this is what they look like. And you'll just peel the top part and then insert the manual inside. And these are technically for our games, but we can use them for manuals as well. It's just to keep them a little bit cleaner in the store as they sit on the shelves. And now if a customer does want to take it out, that's fine. Usually they ask and we just say, sure, no problem. So that's what it should look like. And then we will put a little sticker with a price on here. We like to do it on these just so they don't damage a game case or a manual. So always make sure everything is in a plastic sleeve. Okay? So I'm going to have you place the ones in plastic sleeves that we won't be putting in a game case like we talked about. And then with pricing, I will have you double check on our system. I do have the current prices listed out, what everything should sell for, so you can just copy that from our system, okay? So I will have you work on all of these. And then this one you can put out once you put a sticker on it. Any questions? Perfect. Well, thanks for your help at the store today. I will be opening in a few minutes, but if you need any help, have any questions, just let me know. I'll see you in a little bit. Hey, welcome back. So today we got in some PlayStation 4 and 5 games. Figured we would go through them, make sure all the correct games are inside, and then I will have you price them out and put them out for a sale. Does that sound good? Perfect. So let's just get started. Should be pretty simple. I think a few of these games are actually sealed, a few are not, so we can determine the prices by that, and then of course the quality of the game and the resale value. Now, one thing I did want to mention is we do have a brand new PlayStation section, so that's obviously where they will go. And used PS5 games are very popular at the moment, so hopefully these will sell pretty quickly. Alright, so we will just get started. It looks like this first game is Stellar Blade. Have you played this one yet? Yes, it is a fantastic game. I actually really like the music in it, and it's just a really fun game. So I would definitely recommend it. If anybody has questions about it, feel free to send them over to me and I can help. But here is the front, and this is the main character. She's really cool. And here is the back, so we don't see any damage on the case, which is good. Let's take a look inside. Alright, well, this is definitely not good. It doesn't look like we have the game inside. So, unfortunately, we do need to find a disc for this. I do wonder if anyone was testing in the back, so maybe it's in the PS5, but we can double check. We will need to find it, of course, before putting it out for sale. And then it looks like it just comes with this access code for downloadable content. And then I always like to point this out. You can reverse the cover if you'd like to. So here is the artwork on the reverse side, which is pretty cool. So you do have that option. So yeah, let's just make note that we need to find that game. Alright, next up is a PlayStation 4 game. This is Spider-Man. Another fantastic game. Here's the back. I had a lot of fun playing this game, for sure. Let's check inside. Okay, I do see the disc is here, which is pretty cool looking. And then a little insert again about DLC story content. Now I will have you clean all of the discs, just make sure they are pristine. And you can see here, we also have different artwork you can display on this cover as well. So we'll just leave it on this side for now. Alright, so we'll just make sure this disc is clean. Next we have a Mass Effect Legendary Edition, and now this is sealed. This is a PS4 game. And this has never been opened, so we will determine the price based on that. Next we have Dead Space for PS5, one of my favorite games of all time. And here's the front and the back. So again, if anyone has questions about this one, send them over to me, and I would be glad to assist. No insert in this game. And then we have the disc, which we will obviously clean. Now I'll have you run them through the disc cleaner, regardless of if they already look perfect or not. Just again to make sure there's no dust, no grime, and it's just perfect. So then we have God of War and God of War Ragnarok. So this is for PS4. Really enjoyed this game. Actually played it for the first time last year. Let's take a look. Alright, so we have the disc, no insert. Looks like we can flip this around to see the artwork. I guess it is pretty cool that they have that option for display purposes. I do really miss manuals though. I know most people probably don't, but that's just because I grew up playing games that had them. Okay. Good. Clean that disc as well. And then this one is sealed. So just make note of that. And this is a PS5 game. Right, then I see Bloodborne for PS4. This case looks a little beat up. I might have us switch it out. Oh yeah, there's actually a big tear on the back. So we have a bunch of extras in the back. So I will just have you switch everything over to a new case. Let's check out the inside, make sure there's no damage. Just have a little flyer. And then the disc looks fine, but we will clean it. And let's look at the reversal. Ooh, this one is actually really cool on the opposite side. Yeah, so it's definitely a dark game, so I think this is perfect. So we'll just put this in here, but again, let's switch out the case since it is damaged. Resident Evil 4 for PS5. Another really good game. One of my favorites from back in the day. No insert, and then the disc is there. Ghost of Tsushima. This is a PS5 game. And I actually really like the cover of this game. I've not played this yet, have you? Yeah, it's honestly been on my list for a while, so hopefully I will play it soon. We have the disc, no insert, and then a really cool cover you can flip it to. Yeah, that one's really neat. Just put this back in here. Do you have any questions so far? Yeah, we get trade-ins like this a few times every week, so this is a pretty common task we have before the store opens, just making sure we are ready to put these all out for sale. Right now, Spider-Man, Miles Morales, it looks like the reversal artwork is already here, and it is pretty cool. So let's open it up. We have the disc, and then yeah, you can see what the front cover looks like. But we'll just leave it on this one because it is pretty cool. So no insert, and then yeah, I will have you clean the disc. Okay, The Last of Us, Part 1, PS5, the front, and the back. This was a game I very much enjoyed. The game, no manual, and then here is back, which is kind of similar to the front. So it could have been a little bit more creative. It really is a fantastic game. I've actually never played part 2. That is also on my list. I think season 2 of the show is coming out soon, which I will probably watch. So looking forward to that. Jedi Survivor. I'm a huge Star Wars fan, and this game was so good. Love the main character and the storyline. The disc actually just fell out a little bit, but it looks clean. Just stick it right back in there, and that looks good to go. Demon Souls for PS5. It's a really cool cover as well. Let's take a look. Right, we have the disc. Let's see. Ooh, this is actually really cool. This is a challenging game, for sure, but I did enjoy it. Not one of my favorite games of all time, though. Okay, perfect. Then a classic, Grand Theft Auto 5 for PS5. These graphics were so amazing compared to the original, of course, but this is a game I really enjoyed playing when it first came out. So it was, of course, really cool to play on PS5. I don't know if I ever looked at the artwork on the back. Oh, it's pretty simple. It just says Vinewood. So nothing too exciting there. So again, I'll just have you clean the disc. Just making sure this is perfect. Okay. And then last but not least, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. This was a really fun game. Here's the front, really pretty graphics. Let's take a look inside. We have the disc, and then I don't actually know if I ever looked art on the back, and this is pretty cool. No manual again. So yeah, typically from what I've seen with PS4, PS5 games, you will not get a manual, sometimes just random inserts that advertise other games or have codes for different content, things like that. Alright, so I think that is everything for now. So again, I'll have you go through, clean the discs, and then I will have you test all of them. Just pop them in the PS5 or PS4 for a few minutes, make sure they are working. We do have a return policy for 30 days. So if somebody were to have an issue, they can bring the game back. If you have any questions or need anything, feel free to come up front and ask me. And we'll be opening the store in a few minutes. Thanks so much for your help today, and I will see you in a little bit. Welcome back to the game store. Are you looking for anything specific today? Okay, well, just to let you know, it is Retro Game Week here, so all of our retro games are 50% off, so that's a great deal. It came at the perfect time. So I can let you browse the store. It's not too busy right now, so if you need any help, just let me know. I'm also available to answer any questions you have about specific consoles. We do have a lot of inventory in the back that we have not been able to place on the floor yet. So if you're looking for something specific, I can see if we have it for you. So just let me know if you need anything, and I will see you when you're ready to check out. Alright, so I see you found a lot of cool items. So I can go through with you, just make sure everything is nice and clean, and answer any questions you have. So why don't we start with the 3 and 64 games you grabbed? Any questions about any of them? Okay, good. So, Pokemon Snap, see, great label, nice and clean. I'm just going to dust. I remember loving this game when I was a kid. Actually, I haven't played the Switch version yet, but it is on my list. Right, then Mario Party 2. So this is a good label, however, there is a little bit missing right up here in the corner. I don't know if that would bother you, but I just wanted to point it out. And then the back label looks great. So I'm just going to dust this. And do you usually care if the labels are in a perfect condition? Okay, wonderful. And then Mario Party 3. Now this label looks great. There's a little mark right on the bottom here. I'm going to just try to get it off for you. Okay, and this looks good. And now are you collecting, just looking to play these for the first time? Fun. Yeah, it's always nice to collect games from childhood. Alright, so your 3 and 64 games are good to go. Now let's look at these Super Nintendo games. Guess you are a Mario fan. So we have Super Mario All-Stars. Now this one's a little dusty, so let me wipe it down. Label looks great. Okay, any questions about the Super Nintendo games? Wonderful. Yeah, I do see something actually in that little spot here. So I'm just going to try to get it out. I don't really know what it is, but... Okay, looks like it came right out, so that's perfect. This one's ready to go. Now Super Mario World. Again, a little bit dusty, but the label looks great. Definitely one of my favorite games from childhood. Did you play more of the the Nintendo 64 or the Super Nintendo. Yeah. Yeah, I was around for both. But I think I played actually a little bit more Nintendo 64. Either way, they're both amazing consoles. And then Kirby Superstar, 8 games in one. Label looks great. And this one is really clean, so looks perfect. Alright, so your 3 Super Nintendo games. Okay, now I see you grabbed 3 NES games. Did you play this console a lot, or yeah, you were too young? Yeah, me too, but I did still play when I was a little bit older. So you picked a classic here, and this one is definitely dusty. So let's just clean it up. I always can't believe how light these games are. Perfect. Then The Legend of Zelda. This one I will dust, even though I can't really tell if it's dusty. It's too hard to see on the gold. Now this one is a little bit more rough around the edges. Is that okay? Yeah, the label is actually perfect, but as you can see, the game cartridge is just kind of beat up a little bit. But I have seen worse, so it's really not too bad. I'm just going to just double check and see if there's any dust in some of these crevices, I can't really see. And now this is something you can do at home too, if you want to keep your games nice and clean. We try to do this in the shop monthly, but sometimes we forget to. So that's why I like to double check before our games are sold. Okay, very nice. And then Tetris. Let's see, this one's a little dusty. This has a nice label. I was never good at this game. Did you play this a lot growing up? Yeah, it's definitely a game I need to get better at. Maybe I can practice sometime. So again, I'm just going to double check some of these. Make sure it's nice and clean. Perfect. Alright. Now, are you interested in sleeves? We do sell them for 25 cents each. Perfect. So yeah, you can just slide it in like that, and then display them on your shelf. And I see you picked up a Game Gear and 3 games, so let's take a look at that next. So let's look at the games first. And they all do come with these complimentary cases for the games, so you do not have to pay extra. Okay, so Sonic the Hedgehog. And this one looks great. Now, these have all been tested, but if you have any problems, you can just bring it in and we can see what's going on. Mortal Kombat. This has some sticker residue on the bottom. I can try to take it off for you unless you don't mind. You don't really mind. Okay. Otherwise, it looks great. And then Sonic 2. Let's check out this one. Sonic Tails. Alright, looks very nice. Now, did you play games on the Game Gear a lot growing up, or is this again a new console for you? Okay, so a collector's item. Perfect. Alright, so your 3 games. So 12 games total, right? Perfect. Now let's take a look at the Game Gear. So the first thing I notice is it's very dusty. So I'm going to just lightly dust it. Try to get all of this off for you. Now this one is in pretty decent condition, I'd say. It does work. It's just that the screen is a little bit scratched up, which I'll show you in a moment. Then it does come with this power back, which is basically a power bank you can charge. Because obviously the Game Gear does take a lot of batteries. So if you are looking to charge it instead, you can use this and you can take it off by just unscrewing right there. Okay. And then you would just unclip that. And it pops right off. Alright, so your game is going to be inserted there. You have this nice strap to carry it. And then, yeah, the screen does have some scratches. It's not the worst I've ever seen, but it does have scratches. Buttons are all working fine. And as a reminder, this is very heavy, especially with the power back, so that is your big difference compared to other handheld consoles. But honestly, it is a cool system to have in a collection. Very nostalgic. And you picked out some great games for it, so I think this is a good pickup for sure. I'm just going to dust right here. Just notice a little bit. Dust in the crevices. So we'll get that out. And then is there anything else you're looking for today? Anything that's maybe not on the display floor that you're searching for? Pokemon cards, yeah, I know, they really are hard to find right now. I'm hoping we'll get some more in stock soon, but right now, we do not have any. But I can put you on a wait list, and when we get them in, I can just give you a ring, let you know, and you can feel free to stop by, but of course they are first come, first serve. Anything else you need today? Perfect. Well, in that case, I will have my colleague over here box all this up for you and check you out. If you need anything else, just let us know. Thanks so much for coming in, and I will see you next time.